FlossTube. This is Barb with Lost and Floss. Today is... I'm just laughing because I have a fly buzzing around and all I can think of are the presidential debates where the fly was sitting on, was it Mike Pence's head? Oh my gosh. All right, let's start again. Hi FlossTube, this is Barb with Lost and Floss. Today is Friday, August 19th, 2022, and this is episode 79. And I know that for sure because I went back and I looked for a change. So, welcome to this channel. It's primarily about cross stitch, maybe a few other things thrown in. I hope if you're new to this channel, you like and subscribe. We'll have another, we're over the 500 mark, so that means we're heading for another subscriber milestone giveaway, and I have some good items thanks to people in my stitching group, so and a few other things. So we'll get there, you know. I always say it's the tiny train or little train who could or couldn't or whatever, chugging along. But yeah, it's a beautiful summer day here. I'm looking outside. I have some great, I think they're great. I guess, you know, you can weigh in if you like them or not. Thrift store finds, and I'm going to put that at the end so that if you could care less, you just can be done when the main meat of the episode is over with. I've got some of my patriotic behind me on various nails that belong to other items, so I'm just getting ready to start packing some of that stuff up. I can't wait for fall decor. It's, you know, my colors, so I always enjoy that time of the year, although I do like my patriotic. But if you think I need a lesson in how to hang things, that's why they don't really belong there on a regular basis. But I thought I would put them up just for something different in the background. But I've been stitching a lot and finishing a few things, so I think I have a lot to show you this episode. So I hope you sit back, relax, and see what I'll have to show. Alrighty, this fall, was it fall? No, spring. I got this chart. Well, it was a kit from Country Sampler, Plum Street Samplers, This Happy Morning. And I kind of set it aside because I had an error in it. And you know how that is, you have to be in the right mood to find it. Well, it turned out all I had to do was pull 2 stitches. So then it kind of like got me started on wanting to work on it again. I was watching Annie B's a while back. She showed hers and it looks like she's halfway done. So she left me in the dust, but now I think I'm going to start working on it here and there again because I really do like it. This is 36 count hog bristle, which is really a pretty neutral color. I definitely will look to use this, you know, when kitting something up on my own again, because it's really, really pretty. So we'll set that to the side. Like that. Okay, you're going to be proud of me because I have to have my youngest grandson's stocking done by Christmas. Not by St. Nick's, by Christmas. And so I've really been trying hard to work on this one just so that I won't be just solely stitching on this, you know, November. This is Santa's Flight Stocking. It's a Gold Collection Dimensions. And I started off, I think the midpoint was kind of Santa's head in the sky. And this guy, I couldn't work on it anymore. And so then I went on to Santa, and I've really gotten some good progress on this when I look at it now. Like you can see, well, you can see the reindeers up there, the sky. But Santa is pretty well complete, except for his back stitching. And I've got like the sleigh runners and some of the houses filled in. It does rely on back stitching to define a lot of this stuff. So, but I can actually see the curve of the toe starting. I'm like, yay! But I like doing these if it was, I don't know, like if I stitched nonstop a couple days a week, where I could just sit and stitch on this and see great progress. I would say I don't mind doing them, but I just, I don't know, with summer there's a lot going on and outside yard work and all that sort of thing. So it always is kind of a struggle to get reinvigorated when you're reinterested in working on them. But I've really, a couple nights, I'm like, I could have stitched on something else. And I'm like, no, I'm picking up the stocking, and ended up working on it, for a couple hours at a time. So that's fantastic. And then another thing that I've been working on, and I'm almost done with, thanks to being inspired by Beth from our stitching group, who posted a picture on Instagram from her vacation when she was working on it. But this is the 2022 Santa. And I always, ask people to stitch with me. So there is a sale name that I'll put in the show notes, the little drop down for the description. And I have to say, I'm nearly done with it. I think he's so cute. The little penguins. So I have a little bit to finish up on that. And then, as I mentioned before, I'm going to do old-fashioned lights, the different colors, rather than the chartreuse green ones. But look how cute those little guys are. I'll show them all together. Now that I have 3, I am going to make them into ornaments this year. And I think I'm going to follow Anna Stitch Roadie's theory of finish a Santa, start a Santa. So if I get this one done, I've never stitched more than one in a year, and so that's why I don't have very many. But eventually I'd like to get more of them. So when I finish this one, which hopefully will be soon, I will start one of the other years so that I can have more than 3 ornaments on the tree. I'm just gonna do, because mine are like just that big, just a little tree, not a full-size tree or anything. So it should be pretty easy. And then I hauled out All Joys for Thine Blackbird Designs. And many people have stitched this, and every time I see someone finishing it, it's just, the colors are so beautiful. And this was the one I started last year on Leanne's birthday. And yeah, I hardly had anything done. And the other night I'm like, well, it's almost a year old. I'm going to haul that out before I'm starting something else. So, once you get going on it, it's always easier when you have one of the motifs in. So I'll probably keep working on that regularly now. Okay, then we go to FOs, and I've got a couple of them. So, well, I always say you guys know, but maybe you don't know. Maybe it's the first time you're watching me. But I've really, when I first got back to stitching maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was all in on the, let's do a chart that fits a frame for every season, or, switch it out every month. And then I realized I was stitching all that kind of stuff and not the stuff I was slowly wanting to stitch instead. And so I've really made a concerted effort to finish up some of my series. Last year I concentrated on the word plays, and this year my series of choice is Prairie Schooler, A Prairie Year. And I have been converting these pretty much to my own colors. I have, June and July that I'll show you when I show my FFOs, fully finished objects. But I finished August, this cute little watermelon, and I used some of the overdyed colors so that it just gave it a little bit more variegation. But look how little I have left to finish it. And I'm going to make it into a little pillow. But, well, I know I can make it into something. Like, some people look at this little amount and say, how can she do that? But I've worked with worse. So next episode I will show you. So then I thought I would start on September right away. Because Anna, I haven't seen yours lately. You've been having fun with the grandkids instead, and that's good. But the little schoolhouse, I thought it's so linear that I think it will go pretty quickly. So I thought, I can't possibly, I'm going to fold the fabric in half and then start, so I have a little bit more of a border. Well, look at this. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I'm just equally as close to the top once again. You can see it on that side, farther away from me. So I was like, well, do I tear it out and make it more balanced? And I'm like, yeah, I'll probably just keep stitching it. If it worked with the watermelon, it'll work with this. But this was just some fabric I dyed experimenting, and I really liked the modeling that I achieved. So I just thought I'd use it, for this kind of stuff that's kind of not junk stitching, but where you just need a little scrap. So proud to say that one's done. And then I think I'm going to be able to finish up this seasonal series this year. I have a finish for summer. This is Little House Needleworks summer band sampler, and I used some of the called for colors, but I switched some of them too. So it's cute, it's cutesy. I have a finish, and I don't even know who I saw that did this finish, but I know it wasn't my idea. But a way of putting all four of them together. So I have August. I am just all over the place today. I don't know. I was out in the garden. I forgot we had one of those water sprayer things that hit the deer if they go in there. So I go in to check the cucumbers, and all of a sudden, I'm like, the whole back of my shirt is all wet, my hair. I'm like, well, that wasn't smart. And then I actually did it again. It's like, oh my gosh, you get so focused on other things. But here also is my winter one that I had stitched. So the one I'm going to start shortly is spring. And these colors really are kind of not real springy to me. Although, because they'll be next to these other ones, I don't want them like super, super bright. So, and I have a piece of, what is it? Legacy, 32 count Legacy that I think I'll use just because I mostly stitch on 36 count now, and I thought it was a good way to use up some of that kind of stuff. So now we go on to the fun part, FFOs. So as I mentioned, trying to clean up my monthly series, and I had finished stitching last year, August, Wordplay by Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread, and so I needed to finish it into a little quilt to tie on my bench. So I just kind of went with this nothing check because I wanted the color for a dress, but I couldn't find anything in my stash, and I'm like, I just want to get this done. I don't need to go to the store looking for 25 things. And then while I was at it, I also fully finished, except for the ties, because the color of the ribbon I have with this, it was not good. So I want to just get some neutral, but this is kind of crooked. But this is September, and I think it changed the colors a little bit on these, but I just wanted something bright and cheery. So the only one I now have, I had finished stitching them all last year, but I need to fully finish December. So that probably will be pretty easy to do. Alrighty, and then I don't have the chart for this, but this is my August Prairie Schooler month that I fully finished stitching it last year, and needed to get it put up. And I'll Priscilla's method, I've got it on the magnets. I had to put quite a few on to hold it well. But the other thing I'm gonna do is try to make little ears, not ears of corn, but like corn stalks, like coming up that fence, maybe from behind. I think it'll be really cute. I don't know, I'll try doing it with maybe paper, and I have some modeling clay that I could use as well, and just, well, because I mean, you could make the ears of corn and then put on the little husk part separately. So so for next year I'll try to have some corn, but I'm happy to have another one done. Now I think I have, let's see, I have January finished stitching that I need to fully finish, so I'll probably do that in October when I do a lot of other finishes. But then I think I only have February and maybe March that I have started. I don't think I even have the chart for September, October. I'm gonna have to look. But I decided I wasn't gonna start any more new ones until I have the ones that I already have a nice start on finished. So, but I think I have maybe 5 done now. So that's kind of exciting. It's making good progress. Alrighty. And then so many people were stitching the I Collect pincushion by Brenda Gervais, or With Thy Needle and Thread. And so I thought it's a fun way to use, you know, some of your button stash. And so I left off the words, and I just used a little bit of rickrack with, sewed it down with some embroidery floss, the color of the tomato. And I didn't do a very even job on the back, but I just used different coordinating fabric. Could have been, yeah, a little bit more proportioned, but it's mine, so what do I care? But I think it's cute, and you know, dug in my separated buttons for smaller, white, old looking buttons. So that was kind of fun. But I think, you know, just as many other people have done, we'll set it next to a vintagey tomato pincushion that actually was usable at one time. And then we come back to the Prairie Schooler year, a Prairie year. And the two I have done are June and July. I used different colors, overdyed for mine. I filled these with walnut shells. And yeah, I think they're really pretty. I just did a kind of a nothing print on the back and a little ruched ribbon on the side. And I kind of wanted to make these so I can leave them out together. So I didn't want them like super patriotic looking. So, but this is May and I really like this. Well, I like the other one too, but I ruffled this ribbon. It was from Country Sampler, and I knew I would make use of it, but I think they'll be kind of cute together. And the red schoolhouse, I'll kind of use the same sort of color tones. The one thing I wanted to mention is for the last 2 years on August 24th, Leanne's birthday, I started a tribute stitch in her memory, and other people reached out to me and wanted to start something as well this year. So we're going to just use hashtag Leanne's Legacy. I'll put that in the show notes on Instagram. Or if you don't have Instagram, want to send me a picture of what you're working on, I can post it to Instagram or whatever for you. But she loved fall, and I guess the whole thought is, you know, this is a hobby that long after we're gone, our creations hopefully will be left, and it's just a way of honoring friendships. And you know, lots of people have lost ones that they've loved, and it's just a way to honor those people, you know, beyond just one single person. And so there's no rules or rhyme or reason. Just if you start something on the 24th, that would be great, and use the hashtag. And she liked fall, so I myself am going to do the Mighty Acorn from Blackbird Design. And I think that'll be a really, really nice one to do. It'll just be perfect. So join us if you like. I know there's a couple other Flosstubers who are going to be joining in, and yeah, I think it just will be a nice tribute. I mean, that's such a special person in many people's lives. All right, so then I've got some finishing, both of hers and mine, that I want to do. And so I'm just going to quickly show you those things that hopefully by my next episode, I will be able to show you as finished objects. This one I bought at a thrift store. It was in a little, you know, the little oak frame that was so ubiquitous years ago. But I think what I'm going to do is like closer crop it and just make it a little flat fold, and I might give it to my grandkids. I think they enjoy having that out for the start of school, which is coming up very soon. And then this is another item that I saved for my own trash. This was something my mom stitched years and years ago. I think it was a shower gift she gave me for when I had my first child. And it was in a yellow frame, and our old house had a Franklin stove, so there was always a lot of smoke, and it was all discolored and really gross looking. And I felt bad because it was something special to me. But I thought, well, this is garbage now. So I ended up washing it in, I know I mentioned this a while ago. I think it was Blue Dawn for sure. And it might have been with a little OxyClean too. But anyways, the stains came out like phenomenally. But what I think I'm gonna do with it is make it into a little, I'm gonna crop off the rainbows so it'll be smaller, and make it into a little pillow that maybe hangs on a doorknob, and maybe put, baby sleeping or something on the back, and use it as a baby gift for one of my mom's other great-grandchildren. I think, that would have a lot of meaning to some of the grandchildren, and it'd be a good way to reuse something that, like was special to me, and I hope would be special to someone else. But the other thing I'm going to do is make this little blackbird design one into a little pillow. I'm trying to think if that was in this Winds of Autumn book. Might have been. I looked through this book, and I would stitch every single item. Like this one, I really want to do. I'm trying not to start a lot of fall this year, because other years I've gotten so deep into fall. Oh, but now I just saw this bird, strawberry. So, that might be something I could whip out. I don't think I whip out anything. Oh yeah, here it is. It is Bittersweet September. So I'm just gonna make this into like a similar type pillow. And while I'm doing that, in her stash, Leanne had this one. I don't even know what it is, but I'll probably make that into some sort of pillow as well. Just nice fall leaves. And this one was one she started that I finished, and it's a blackbird design. Blackbird. I don't know. You've all seen this chart. I can't remember the official name of it. I keep thinking of the song Blackbird Singing in the Middle Night. And then, oh, this is going to be interesting. She stitched this, the Blue Flower Acorns Autumn Drum. It was a kit she got when she visited Acorn and Threads. And I don't know what she stitched this on, because this was totally done. There's little acorn. And here's the side of the drum. So I've never made a drum before, but I know Vonna can help me. So Vonna, I'm gonna be watching your drum video, and hopefully it will be semi-presentable when I'm done. And this was another fall one. She had the Cricket Collection Acorn Autumn. And I don't know what this is. Kind of looks like, not really sure what this fabric is. It's got like the gray, I don't know if you can see that, the gray undertones. And I think I'm gonna try to find just a little rustic black frame to put it in. But it's really cute, just the alphabet and the leaves. I like it. So what else? That's pretty much what I have for stitching. Other than that, we met with our stitch group, which was fun. We've got, we're gonna get together for a day of stitching coming up, which will be like, you know, kind of like having a mini retreat without going anywhere. So we'll all bring food and start our legacy sale on that day together. We were up north for 2 weeks. We had 2 rounds of company. My sister and brother-in-law came up for a few days, and then when they left, we drove to Minneapolis and met our daughter and her family at our son's house and spent a couple days with him, which was a lot of fun. And then when we left his house, then our daughter and the kids and her husband came to the cabin for a couple days. So, you know, we were able to spend, trying to think, almost a week with them. So that was a lot of fun, you know, just lots of energy. And we were fortunate that they had stuff they could do. And at the cabin, they went fishing, and then one day they went for ATV rides, and it was just at the tail end of blueberry picking season. So some of the boys picked some blueberries, and then the next day we made blueberry pancakes, which they were thrilled. We celebrated 2 of their birthdays up there. And so I'm like, well, we were going to be gone for a week before that, and I have no mixer up there. So I'm like, well, I'll just have to make a box cake mix and package frosting. And I decorated, split it down the middle and put, you know, one was the 3, one was the 5, and their initials on, so they each had half the cake, and took turns singing to them. But the cake was actually like, I always think you have to do homemade, and it was really good. So I might be just making box cake mixes and canned frosting from now on. A lot less work, that's for sure. What else? We went to the Mall of America, so that was fun with them. And this was funny. We weren't with them at the time because we decided to go back a little earlier, and they were at the Crayola thing. And so I guess there was all this, you know, loud, happy dance music. So the recently 5-year-old comes out of the wherever they were, and they're walking in the main part of the mall, and he's like dancing like this and just like, you know, showing all his moves. And then he stops and he goes like this at a person who, I guess, she was very short, and I bet you he thought it was one of his older siblings, and like as if the lady was supposed to start dancing then, and she just kind of looked like, well, that's not gonna happen, kid. But I guess they were all laughing really hard. I can just picture him doing that. But other than that, yeah, 2 weeks gone. My flowers, a lot of them did not survive. Last time I bought them on Amazon. They're like round plastic balls with tubes on them that you can fill with water, and then it slowly waters them. Well, it was really hot while we were gone, and it didn't rain hardly at all. And I didn't put them like under the tree, so my beautiful dahlias were, or zinnias were toast, literally. So I've been trying to get some of the things to come back, but not my best year for gardening, but that's okay. I get to this point in the season and it's like, you know, I kind of feel like fall is coming, although too early to put mums in as replacements for the other things, but I'll figure something out. Other than that, just getting out walking with friends, and we went kayaking one day, which was a lot of fun. We went to an antique car show and cookout at my cousin's house for one of my cousins that was up from Florida. So, you know, it's always nice to see her. I hadn't seen her in a couple of years, so it was a lot of fun to get together. And yeah, just, you know, summer is winding down. Hope to have one last sleepover with the kids before they go back to school. It seems like, you know, we've hardly had enough time to spend with them, but we were gone a lot this summer with working on the bathroom up north. So I guess, you know, that's just how it goes some years. But anyways, I've rambled long enough now. So if you want to see the thrift video, I'm going to insert it here. I thought I'd come outside to show you my thrift store finds. I'm hoping it's not going to be too loud out here. We have construction on one of the major roads, maybe about a mile away, so a lot of the traffic is rerouted along the road that runs behind us. So hopefully it won't be too bad. There were just a bunch of sirens going off, but you can always deal with that, right? So yesterday I got my hair cut, and that always means that I need to drop off stuff at Goodwill and also go in and peruse the selection. And so I found a couple things I'm excited about. So let's see what I got. I have an oval template like this, but not the round one. So obviously this is great for making any sort of round shape that you need a finish for. And to go along with this, I've seen other people use this as a finishing tool, but the star candle holder that you can make a circular thing to fit right in there. And I was even thinking of maybe, wonder if you could drill some holes in the tips and hang like a little stitch star or something like that off the edge. I might have to try something like that. And for $1 I got this little ramekin, but I thought it would be perfect for either a Christmas or maybe a Valentine's Day stitch, anything that needs a red color. And I don't know, like I'm wondering if I could even antique over that to tone it down a little bit. Traditionally, I guess, you know what would be really good in this, now that I'm looking at it, is one of the little pin cushion charts, because that's kind of that tomato red. So we'll see how that goes. And then I bought these little decals, another $1 purchase. I don't even know what they look like, but they look like Victorian Santas, or, well, I guess they showed me on this if I would have looked at it, but like for $1 I'm willing to take a chance. Woo! Oh, they're like little gift tags. Well, that's a good way to use them if I don't use them some other crafting way. So This is a great Santa. I love the vintagey looks. And this Christmas tree. It's got the to and from on the back, but I'm thinking they'd be perfect to Mod Podge on something. An angel. I don't need to go through all of these. Another angel. Some of these are duplicate, I guess. I mean, they're all kind of cute. A little tag with the sleigh. Sled. Oh man, I'm gonna be dangerous by Christmas. And the little bulb, ornament bulb. And good, another one of those Santas and another one of the trees. So definitely worth it for $1. Then this one, I was almost embarrassed to check out because I thought, oh gosh, it is not really my style. But you know, when you see a hat box for $1.99 and you know what you can do with it, you buy that hat box. I don't know, I mean, I guess this maybe was like a gift box, but nothing that a little spray paint can't fix up. So I did the top hat stitch using a Twin Peaks primitive design. So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe something on top, maybe something on the band around. I'll just have to keep my eyes out on some stitch that will look great with that. And then, you know, a lot of times the pottery bases that are sold specifically for a stitch chart are kind of pricey. So I found this, it's a clay pot for $2. And you know, like if you put some fabric on your bottom of your stitch piece, then it doesn't really matter if the holes show or not. And you could always stuff something in there to add some color coming through. But I thought that was very cute. And then this one was only $1. And I thought, for Valentine's Day, I loved it. Or even, you know, maybe to do a key design. I've stitched other key designs, but it's, you know, not very big and would fit something really, really cute. And then this was another thing I picked up with the thought of Valentine's Day. Like, couldn't you picture this kind of like I did that mailbox stitch with, you know, little stitches coming out at different heights and maybe some fabric hearts. So this will give me inspiration this year. I can't wait to do that. And then this reminded me right away. I was thinking of someone made this in 1981. How nice, it's vintage. I was thinking of the birthday cake by Brenda Gervais, Happy Birthday America. And I'm like, well, why couldn't you use this stand for something like that? And then I happened to walk by these boxes and I'm like, oh, wouldn't that make a cute fall? Wouldn't have to even be a birthday cake looking thing. But, you know, I have another box like this that I just left plain, this part plain, and then I just covered like the edge and the top with the top had the stitching on. And, you know, maybe I would paint the brown, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. It depends what I stick on there. But these were $2.50. But when I picked up the other ones, because I'm like, well, what's the difference? They all were $2.50. And the other ones had a little votive holder inside. And this one was empty. So, of course, I went up to the counter. Even got a bargain at a thrift store. And I'm like, well, I don't really want the votive anyways. So would this one be less because it doesn't have the votive? So I ended up getting it for $1. So I love that. So I guess we'll go back to regular programming, and I'm going to move inside. I'm kind of doing this backwards. I'm recording my show and tell thrifting first, and then I'm going to go inside and do my regular video, but I'm going to piece this one at the end. So, yeah, see you in a bit. So I guess that's about all I have to share with you, and I hope everyone's doing well and enjoying the last bits of summer, making the best use of your time, and please continue to fill the world with love. We'll see you next time. Bye.